Hey guys, welcome to the Into the Microwave Oven podcast. Here today are your hosts. This is Kirann and
Bri!
Yep, she's back, y'all. She back.
Hooray.
She back. Come get him, y'all. That was incredibly awkward. Anyway, yeah, she's back. She's finally back. She's come to grace us with her presence, and I won't tell you why she's gone. I told you guys she was dead only so that I could...
You what? I should have listened to the other episodes.
You should have. That was a test.
Oh my god, did you really? Or...
Yeah, I did. I did tell them you were dead.
Oh my god. I should have never come back.
No, you're no longer...
Joke's on you, I really was dead. I was presumed dead for 14 days.
14
I went
days?
to another dimension and I've been there for 30 years, but time moves differently here and there. So for me, it was 30 years. For you guys, it was an unknown amount of time.
Are you talking about freaking stars versus...
What?
Star versus the forces of... Okay.
No. I've never watched it.
Oh, okay. I didn't remember if you or Juniper watched that show, and I think it was Juniper.
Nah. I think it was Juniper, yes.
Honestly, this is a brain rot episode. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about like the first thing that comes into our mind are just our reoccurring thoughts and stuff. Go on. What were you saying before this recording? Please inform them.
What?
Please inform the audience what you just said before I start recording about waffles and stop signs.
Oh my god, okay, yes. Okay, so I have this list for some reason that's like list of silly things I have a strong opinion about. And I'm gonna skip the first two because they're not as interesting. And the third one is that waffles are like stop signs. The vibe is the same.
I mean, you're correct. You have like a point. I just don't know.
I do.
I just don't know what that point is. I guess.
Because, okay, so it's very obvious. Look. Waffles are shapes. Stop signs are also shapes, and the shapes are... Did you know that waffles are circles most of the time? Isn't that bewildering? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? Yeah, but they're circles. But it's like they've got little squares in them, and the vibe that waffles give up is not a circle shape. Waffles should not be circles.
What?
But they are.
Wait.
So
in my head, when I have to like draw a waffle or think of one, they're not circle for some reason. Like I manifest them as a like something with sides, like an octagon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think it's an illusion with like waffles having like squares in them, like little holes that are squares, but the whole thing overall is a circle, and at the edges the squares are like cut off. So that gives, I don't know, maybe it's like an optical illusion.
You know, guys, this is probably what
conspiracy.
happened. This is probably what happened. She had a stroke and then she died. And then she came back. Guys, that's what happened.
The ghost has come back.
She had like a stroke, and this is what her final thoughts were.
Yes, exactly.
I maybe it's an optical illusion.
Yes, so anyway, right, back to my point. So stop signs. So the shape of a stop sign has the same vibe as the shape of a waffle, and that's why they're like equal and stuff.
I feel like they're more hexagon shapes. The waffles and stop signs are obviously octagons. If you didn't know,
I did not.
Okay. Well, they're octagons. That's what it's called, and it has 8 sides. I
know what an octagon is.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you knew. But waffle, like the shape in a waffle, isn't it like hexagons or squares?
It's squares.
It's not an octagon. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I didn't say it was. I'm not saying that stop signs are octagons and that the shapes in waffles are octagons. The shape in waffles are squares, but that's why I said it was an optical illusion.
Yeah, but I still
It's
don't
squares in waffles, but it gives the same vibe as a stop sign.
But how does it give this? Okay? Wait. So like the vibe that stop signs give me is, oh my gosh, you're approaching a stop sign. I must look left and right at an intersection and keep looking and keep looking and keep looking and then stop for 3 seconds, and it just gives me anxiety. Waffles.
Or overanalysis, panic, a student driver. That is why. Okay, this is why everything you're saying is like not valid. What I'm getting at is that the vibe of the shape, like completely like detached from the world, detached from the universe.
What?
With only a vague understanding of everything around you. A stop sign has the same vibe as waffles. The shape, just the shape. Don't go eat a stop sign.
Okay, wait. I only have one explanation for this for you, okay? So you know how in color theory, or when you're trying to market stuff and like ads and stuff, red is supposed to make you hungry. That's why Ritz is in red. That's why a lot of things are in like red packaging, because when you look at it, you're like, I'm hungry. That's why McDonald's is freaking red, and so is Wendy's. So that could be the kind of vibe you're getting. Like you look at stop signs, like I'm suddenly hungry for waffles.
I wasn't looking at a stop sign. I was looking at a waffle. I was like, this waffle, this shape, this waffle, this thing has the same vibe as a stop sign. I wasn't looking at anyway. I didn't know that about red. But let's transition topics because this is how stuff works. I didn't know that about red. I've heard about like love, angry, happiness, like calming. But I've never heard of hungry before.
No, yeah, that's why there's a lot of like fast foods with like red in them. So like McDonald's has like the yellow and the red, which both actually like kind of makes you think of fries.
Oh.
And then there's Wendy's and like with the red hair, and then Burger King has some kind of red in the color scheme. It just kind of makes you feel hungry. I don't know. Coke, yeah, Coke. I could search. I could like
speaking.
Yeah.
Of hungry, I have. So let's talk about jelly beans.
Yeah, go on. I'm not a fan of jelly beans. I'm gonna be honest.
No, but isn't it so weird how they have like you can put so many flavors in jelly beans? Like I got this pack of like jelly beans that taste like donuts, and it really does. There's one that's like a chocolate donut with sprinkles, and I try it. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
No, it's the scent, because like if you like closed your nose, if you plugged it, you wouldn't like.
No, I'm telling you, jelly beans do not have a scent on the outside.
No. It's the juices on the inside. Once you like bite into it, once you bite into it, you smell like the juices. That's the one.
No, I know that.
Smell.
I use that as a trick. Do you know the bamboozle jelly beans?
Yeah, you just don't bite it. You just swallow. Do you do that?
No. Oh my god.
What?
No, I was gonna say bamboozle jelly beans, because okay, so you know how jelly beans, how like they like those jelly beans, if you don't know, you know, anyone who's listening, those jelly beans are like
gross.
A bunch of different looking jelly beans, but then each looking jelly bean actually is 2 flavors and it's random. So like let's say a black jelly bean, that'll either be licorice or skunk, or a blue jelly bean, that'll either be blueberry or toothpaste. There was one that was like an orange just with red dots, and that one was either peach or barf.
I hated that one.
Yeah, no, you hated that. So the thing is,
oh my God.
Like with these two, I loved peach, but the barf one was really realistic, and I was not willing to risk it. So when I had those jelly beans, my tactic was to use my nail, break open the jelly bean, and then sniff it. And be like barf, and I'd throw it on the floor. And then, or I'd open it and be like, it doesn't smell like barf, so I think that's peach, and it worked for me.
Honestly, I like the taste of toothpaste anyway.
Yeah, no, it's really funny because like the black ones that are like licorice and skunk, those both taste bad, but the toothpaste and the blueberry, they both taste pretty good. Or they're not bad.
I don't like licorice, period. It's like they'd give it out in class and I'd eat it anyway just so I have like something to eat. But it's like it's so bad. I don't see the appeal. Like, everyone's just like, oh my gosh, you heathen, you don't like licorice? Have you ever tasted like the red one? Yes, I have, and they all taste horrible.
Aren't Twizzlers licorice?
Twizzlers are licorice, yes.
You don't like Twizzlers?
I don't like Twizzlers.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm having like 12 revelations right now and I can't say half of them.
What? You're gonna have to tell me. Can you say the other half and then tell me later the other half?
Hold on, I'm gonna forget the untellable part. Wait, go talk so I can type it, so I don't forget.
Okay, well. Okay, so the thing about, like, it just doesn't have a taste to me, and when it does have a taste, it feels like gross. I can't explain it. It's just like if you ate styrofoam, but it didn't like. It just doesn't have a taste to me. It's like you give a taste to it, and it's such a muted flavor of blah, and I don't. Like, why eat licorice or Twizzlers if you can have, like, Skittles or like, Starburst?
Oh my god.
I don't...
No. We're gonna have to disagree. You're horrible.
Don't cancel me! No!
You're not canceled, but you have very bad opinions. Anyway, so Styrofoam. I once made very recently, this year, I made a huge mess of Styrofoam by just like breaking them. Like, you know, Styrofoam is like a bunch of small pieces packed together.
Yeah.
I just basically rubbed like 2 pieces of Styrofoam together to get those small pieces to like split apart. And I had carpet then, so all of those Styrofoam pieces, very, very small, like smaller than your nail.
I don't have nails.
Like a 1/6 of your nail. That's how big they were. Maybe an 1/8 of your nail.
Okay.
Because, well, actually, that's a very bad frame of reference. But yeah, it was very small. Look at a piece of Styrofoam and you'll see there are lines.
Yes, I know what Styrofoam looks like. Please.
Yeah, but just in case the viewers don't. So anyway, so I made a big mess of that on the carpet, and it was like nearly impossible to clean up.
I think I remember seeing a lot at your house at one point.
Oh no, this was after. This was like really recent.
Oh, was it? Because I remember seeing a lot of Styrofoam in like your old house. I'm just gonna be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think you used to play with those still.
Oh my god, I have horrible memory of my childhood. We don't have to, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna be able to.
Yeah, well, I remember picking like stuff off of your floor, and lo and behold, just Styrofoam pieces.
If you could pick it up, then it was too big of a piece to be like the ones that I'm talking about.
No, like I'm looking at the floor, and I'm just like, there's white stuff, and it's Styrofoam. It's nothing else.
Yeah.
Just like, this is fine. Speaking of what?
That reminds me, are trampolines in floors, like inside, like inside the house, built into the floor, a thing?
No.
Are you sure? Like, you know how like they have indoor pools and it's like built into the ground?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't do that with a trampoline.
Yeah, no, but like with a trampoline, are you sure that's not a thing, like, in a home? Like, because I know they have it at, like, trampoline parks or whatever.
No,
like, those are obviously in the floor, but did they ever do that for houses?
Sir, I'm gonna be honest with you. Those are not in the floor.
Yeah, they are. They're
on top. Are they not?
Well, basically, but they're, like, floor level. So it's, like, the same difference.
No, yeah. No, you're
like
right.
Floor level trampolines indoors in home.
Well, then then that. No, why would you do it in the house? Why? What? When would you see an instance of? Bri, why would you have this in your house though? Like, you're just gonna be Okay, wait. I understand. Wait.
This was a child dream.
Okay,
like a child dream of mine.
I would only accept it if it isn't in just one like spot of floor, but like the whole floor is trampolines.
No, not the whole floor, like a little circle of it, like next to my bed.
No, because if you bounce too hard, you might just hit something Or like bring
Yeah, but if you're gonna have a trampoline indoors built into the floor or like floor level, you're obviously gonna be rich and living in a mansion. The plan was, okay, like this is like little, I don't know how old I was. This was little me's dream to be living in a mansion with a trampoline built in the floor right next to my bed. Lofty dreams, I know.
Honestly, if you wanted a trampoline, you should just make it your whole room floor. So if you just want something, you just bounce around.
Yeah, but that's not, you can't get the same mobility on a trampoline unless like you really practice with it. What if I just want to like pace? Like I can't get the same vibe pacing on a trampoline or on the floor. Or if I just want to twirl around, I can't get the same vibe on a trampoline.
What about a compromise? Like there's like this foamy sheet that you can put on top of the trampoline itself. So like if you don't feel like jumping particularly that day, you could just press the button and just a whole like sheet of foam just kind of spreads on your floor and you could just walk.
I don't know. It seems like too much work.
I like the option. Like if I'm rich, I'm making a button for it. So like I want trampoline floor, press the button. I want floor and I just press the button, you know?
That's silly.
That
You want this? I'm talking about like 7-year-old me.
Girl. I'm compromising with your 7-year-old self. I'm not actually saying I want this.
Me would not hear a word of it.
I don't understand.
She had a dream. She was drawing in a notebook and everything.
You came into this after being dead and chose violence.
My 30 years in another dimension has changed me.
Oh my gosh. What is your...
I am changed.
What is your deal? What have I done to you to deserve this?
I am just telling you my honest thoughts. I don't see why you're taking a problem with this.
I don't know. It seems like you're kind of attacking me right now.
No, I'm having a peaceful conversation. I'm not attacking you at all.
You really just said you really want that in your room present day. No, of course I don't freaking want that. But if it was something that I did want, this is how I'd want it. But no, you're gonna say it in the meanest way possible. You really want something like that in this day? Like...
You seem to be a little angry right now. I think you need to take a breather and calm down for a little bit.
Oh my gosh, you're just woke up. Look.
I'm sorry.
Look, some people don't sleep at 5 a.m. So right now, at this point in time, 2 a.m. feels like 4. And you probably think it's like 10 p.m. or something.
Oh yeah, it's still like 10 a.m. for me right now.
Yeah, you...
Like, not literally.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
My day has just begun.
Also, I read your thing, and it's the most hilarious thing I've read in the and like ever. That's why I kind of started laughing earlier.
Oh yeah, I was like, I didn't want to forget. You know what I'm talking about, right? Let's have a half conversation that no one else will understand. Like you get it, like because that's the thing that we
for people who can understand some like subtext. It's Twizzlers, right? I don't like Twizzlers, and it's ironic because, and that's all I'm giving you.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to spread this information around and see what the reaction is.
I mean, it would be cannibalism. I can't just eat my kind.
Right.
And make them all do it at the same time, and you can just switch between it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I'm gonna jump on a butler?
Oh my... What? Slater. Were you talking this whole time? Because you were muted for me.
No.
I just came in.
Oh, okay. Well, Slater's in this, apparently, so you'll...
No. Why can't you just get like 1,000,000 butlers, and then you just like put make them carry all the trampolines and then place it in, and then you can just quickly switch it out with foam.
I'd kill them. No comment about like how they die, why they die. Like you're just gonna have to know that like if I use this, butlers are gonna end up dead, and you're not gonna know why. Like, was it an accident? Did I do it?
Look, so I spaced out a little bit, and I just heard they'd all be dead, and something about butlers, and I'm I'm kind of reeling.
There's nothing more you need to know. Don't worry.
Okay.
Well, goodbye, Ralphie.
Oh, poor Ralphie. Poor Ralphie. I'm not really sure. I'm not 1,000% sure. Can we talk about shapeshifters?
Yes.
Can we have this conversation now? Okay. Say you're a shapeshifter, like Double Trouble and stuff like that, right? Okay, you decide.
Wait. What kind of shapeshifter? Like you need to see somebody looking like that, or it can be whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Okay, so but it has to be like a complete transformation. So like if you want to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you're gonna have to be exactly Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You can't just have his arm and someone's legs, you know?
Oh, but what if it's like an imaginary person? Like, okay, I wanna have pink hair, but not copying anyone. I wanna look like me, but with pink hair.
I'm gonna allow that.
Okay.
And then you can then what's the point of being Dwayne The Rock Johnson? You can just I imagine I have this character that's super fast and has
No. Here's the thing. So it, like made up characters, that's already a weird thing because you can't in this reality have those kind of powers, right? So if they have powers, I'm not gonna. You're gonna be the only thing in existence that can shapeshift, right? And in this reality, you cannot actually gain their powers. So if you turned into like a witch or something, like a mythical witch from Sabrina or something, you can't have her powers. Or if you turn into so like Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul, you can't I don't know you okay, that's another thing. So
and before we end the shapeshift talk of it,
no, we're not ending this.
I know, but say it for the next time. I just want to say, what happens if you shapeshift into a ditto and then shapeshift
into a what?
Okay, so Bri doesn't know what a ditto is, so
okay, then what if you shapeshifted into Kirby and then eat somebody?
You would turn into that person. Well, no. You can't. You can't.
But by your rules, you don't.
By your rules, you can't do that because you don't have the powers in this reality.
You just look like Kirby. You can't do whatever Kirby's doing.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can only look like that thing. Okay, so okay. Let me get to my point. So you turn into Dwayne The Rock Johnson or any kind of like strong person, you get their strength, right? Because that would mean that you turned every like atom and cell in your body to look exactly like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right?
So you should be as strong as him.
Yes, but if you turned into Albert Einstein, would you have this intellect? Obviously no, but why not? Because like where does the line end, right? So like you get this. Okay, wait. I gotta say.
But would you even be you? Okay, wait. Do you change the inside? Because like obviously, because I mean, I guess you'd have to. Like by that logic, would you have to? But like, what happens at that point? Would you become that person? Would you think I am Dwayne? Like I am Albert Einstein, or I am like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or whoever other example you had? Like, would you think that you were them because you now have their brain? But then, like, how could you transform into somebody?
That
I don't know. I don't like this.
No, that is exactly what I'm getting at. So if you turned every single atom of your body into that person, would you have their brain? Would you have their brain power? Would you have their memories? And would you think that you're them? So when you change, like this is a big dilemma for me. I don't know why.
I think I understand, but honestly, it depends on the rules.
Okay, but the rules. So, okay, you're like Double Trouble, right? You morph in that kind of way. Okay, say you're Double Trouble from She-Ra, and you can morph into anything you want, but you could also come back to it. But it doesn't seem like they have the memories of like Adora or Catra or something, right? Because then they just turn into that person and immediately get the info they need. So if we're going, if we go by Double Trouble rules, how would that
But with Double Trouble, we don't know that Double Trouble is changing the insides too.
Are they though? Like, okay, look. So the structure on the inside of your body is like essential to you, basically. So if you wait. I'll go on with this thought first before I go to the next. Because so on the inside you have atoms, bones, muscles.
Yeah, but
you have to change those.
What if Double Trouble is only changing like the size of their bones, but not like atom by atom? If Double Trouble, if their bones, if they transform into She-Ra and their bones are weaker than She-Ra's, they're not like making their bones as strong as She-Ra's. They're just shrink, like making it the appropriate size, like growing. But it's still like as like Double Trouble's bones stay as fragile as they always were. They're not as strong as She-Ra's.
No, yeah, you're okay. That works. But my other thought was, what if it was in like the DNA, where your DNA, your genetic material is flexible enough to change what your appearance would look like something out of X-Men or some kind of mutant power, stuff like that. So like you're flexible in a way that you can actually change your outward appearance because of the DNA that you have. Would that work better?
I know, but then like where are your powers? So that if you change your DNA, what if you hit the wrong DNA and you get rid of your powers?
No. So like the DNA
and that
thing
is also like where consciousness exists, because we don't really know like how like nobody really knows like how are you conscious? Like, do you know? No. Like your brain does energy things and it fires, but how are you conscious? And then this kind of ties into that, and that's a whole big philosophy thing. So.
Dang. I studied this. Well, okay, so the consciousness thing is supposed to be like to you, right? It's supposed to be like a reflection of who you are, what you've like picked up.
But where does it come from? Because obviously like our brains are like the synapses or whatever thingies are like firing, and you have a thought and it fires and it travels down the path. But how are you conscious? Like how are you there?
Awake. That's definitely a theory that no one really knows. And
this is a thing that nobody knows. So then this would be delving into that, because sure, you can change your brain, so that might change your thought process, but how will that change you yourself?
Exactly. This is such a philosophical topic.
Exactly. So then that ties into the whole where does consciousness come from thing, and we are not equipped to deal with that, since this is supposed to be a 3 a.m. talk.
Well, is it 3 a.m. talks like just philosophical sometimes? Think about the life, your life, or no life.
If we're talking about philosophies and stuff, you know what I love? Okay, so then we'll move on from the shape-shifting thing and end it with, it depends on where consciousness comes from, and we don't know that, so we're too tired. So we'll move past it.
No, we don't have a time limit. We don't need to have a time limit. We could just
but it's just like our brains hurt.
Oh, right.
So, you know what I think is like great? How like everyone else, like, because with the whole like the synapses firing and then they travel different paths for everyone, and people relate different things to different things, and it's like, isn't it so neat how some people will look at something and like it might not mean a lot to them, but then to somebody else it'll like just be like, oh, whoa, and they'll think of something. Isn't that so neat?
Yeah, I
if you watch a show and you'll hear like a specific, like you'll watch like an episode of a show, and that show, someone will look at one thing and be like, oh, this means a lot to me, and someone else will look at another thing and be like, oh, this means a lot to me for a whole nother reason.
No, yeah, I think that kind of delves into the whole comfort character area, you know? Like,
they're not even just like character, like not just like a comfort character, like just this one character who is going through something, and they're like, say a dialogue, and you're like, oh my gosh, that hits close to home.
No, yeah, I totally get that. I get that sometimes.
Isn't that so cool?
I can't think of anything specific, but I remember feeling that feeling.
Oh, I'm thinking of something very specific right now.
Oh, what is it?
No comment.
Okay. Oh, I just thought of something. Okay, so if you're a Percy Jackson fan, you might have read this book, and it's the last book of the Trials of Apollo. And it's just that last few pages that totally just hit close to home, you know? If you know, you know.
Okay.
If you live with me, you can see my quote on the wall because I did paint something for it. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, it's fine.
I know, I was scared you were gonna do spoilers. I was ready to start squealing.
No, I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not gonna spoil.
Yeah, so I was thinking specifically of Given.
Oh no, that
Okay.
that actually gave me an attack, Broski. No,
And it's like,
just the Fuyu no Hanashi scene. That thing hit way too close.
mine was
For
the
me.
scene after, like when Mafi was by himself.
Oh.
And he's like talking to himself, like, don't that mean, like, things just mean so much. Like, to you, it's the song itself and like the revelations and stuff. To me, it's the aftermath and him alone. And it's like, isn't that wild? And there are some people who will be like more affected by the movie than the series. And
Yeah,
it's like,
because some
isn't
people
that
have
wild?
some yeah, because I feel like the what's it called? The movie is more centered on like the relationship with those three, and you and me being never in a relationship, I don't think we could like
Call
connect.
out.
Yeah, we can't like connect as much as we did with the first one, where it wasn't as relationship oriented. It was more based on like feelings of stuff.
Stuff.
Of stuff.
Yeah, so anyway, that's too much emotions for me now.
Too much 3 a.m. emotion. Let's move.
No! Sorry, I hit myself.
Mood.
It was
Oh my
an
gosh.
accident.
I hit myself on most things. It's okay. Okay.
Okay, what else is there to talk? I already told you about the jelly beans. I
You
have
did tell
jelly
me
beans
about
that
the
taste
jelly
like donuts. Do you want to know all the flavors?
Okay.
Do you want to know all the flavors?
I said yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
It's okay.
So we have chocolate ice with sprinkles,
yeah.
cinnamon apple filled, glazed blueberry cake, original glaze, and strawberry ice.
Whoa. Strawberry
They're all
ice.
pretty good.
I want to taste this to know like if it actually tastes like the thing, cause
It does.
it
I
does.
can vouch.
You know, jelly beans are good if they taste like the actual thing.
I like jelly beans. Jelly beans are okay.
I don't like the aftertaste of jelly beans, though. I think that's the thing that gets me.
I don't like how they're like stick to teeth and stuff.
Ugh. I don't like when things like stick to teeth. Like I'll eat them at moderation, but after a while, it just makes my mouth tired or something.
Food that makes your mouth tired. Yes.
Yeah, that like that feeling in your jaw where you're just like, I have chewed way too much.
You're like, I am like, my jaw is exhausted. I'm tired of chewing, and you just hold the food in your like. I hope nobody's eating while they listen to this, but like, you just hold the food in your mouth where it's like chewed up pretty bad, but not enough to be swallowed, unless you're trying to like how you swallow pills. You just ignore how it's not supposed to be swallowed yet, and you just swallow it because you're too tired, or you just hold it in your mouth to give your jaw a rest, and then you start back at it.
I just keep going, honestly. Like,
Really?
I'm like, this'll be over soon. Just get it over with.
You're stronger than I am.
I am stronger.
I like chew, and then after a while, once I get tired, I just stop, hold it in my mouth, and then I consider chewing again to see if it was worth it. I try chewing for a little bit, and then I'd be like, F it, and then I just swallow it. Like, whatever. My stomach can deal with it.
No. The thing is like if I'm eating something and it like gets mushy if it's in your mouth for too long, and I have a texture problem where some things I just don't, I refuse to eat, or I like physically gag if it's in my mouth, and some things that are like really jelly and weird textured. I can't ingest.
I'm thinking about like a tough piece of meat specifically.
No, not like. Okay, well, the tough meat thing, I'll chew it for a bit and I'll keep going, but I'll just won't finish the steak or something.
No, because I mean, like there's it's not the fat part. It's not the regular part. It's also not cartilage. Like cartilage, it's a mix between cartilage and fat, but like enough that you can chew it.
It's the hard chewing ones, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to actually gnaw at it.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I've lost it.
Amazing. Okay, well, about the meat. I'm kidding. Meat is meat. I'm going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've considered becoming vegan, vegetarian, whatever the thing is where you just don't eat meat, but you can eat eggs. Because it's like sometimes I'll look at a piece of meat and I'll be like, I kind of don't want to eat it.
That's okay, but I was actually gonna say the exact opposite, in which if you were given the chance to, or if you actually had to, would you eat a human? So, would you?
Depends on the circumstances, and I don't really know unless I'm in that situation.
Okay, well, for
like,
me,
I can sit here and say yes, I'd go parachuting and jump out of a plane, but would I actually, like, once I get up there, would I actually? The answer is probably not.
I would. Just because.
I know, but you say that, but then once you're up there, how do you know you wouldn't back out?
Because I have no regard for my safety.
I know, but that's what you think now. But when you're actually in the, like, okay, I don't know. I'll give us an example from an anime. No, well, not because I don't think you've seen an anime.
Okay.
Okay. Then I remember one time there's like you know main event and how there's like a little thing where you gotta like walk up in the air.
Yeah.
There's like a course in the air where you have a harness and you're hooked on.
Yeah.
And you just like walk through the obstacles. So like that thing, the first time I went up there, I was like, oh yeah, I'll be fine. That isn't too high. That'll be fine. But then I got up there and I was paralyzed by fear and I had to go back down.
No, yeah. I was scared, but
when I was
going.
down on the floor, I thought 100% I could do it and I'd be fine. But then actually being in that situation, it's like, oh, this is different from what I expected. So it's like, I don't know. That always applies. Like, if anyone ever asked me like a question about morality, I'd be like, I don't know. I say I'd react like this, but who knows? Who really knows? Like you don't know if you're in that situation.
Honestly, here's the problem with me, right? So once I say I'm gonna do the thing, I'm most likely gonna do the thing out of just pride. So if I told you I jump out of this mountain with a parachute, I probably would do it out of pride because I don't want people to think I'm a chicken or something. And it's just no, I know. I know it's dangerous, but like my whole thing that's been ingrained in my mind is that if I don't, I always have to prove myself about something, and it's like really unhealthy sometimes, but like it just is.
But so my 2 cents are though for most things like that you're talking about, none of it is like life threatening. Like it isn't like what if it's something that's really really big? Because like we're the time and age we live in, it's like I don't think, unless you're not telling me about something, you've ever done something that was really life and really life and death.
Well, yeah,
like death and life, like something that big, like a situation like if you were in the apocalypse, how would you fare? Like you wouldn't be able to answer that because I don't think anyone's like me or you has been in a situation extreme enough to really be able to gauge our own reactions, you know?
Yeah,
so like you could say, I'd jump out of a mountain for pride's sake, but you'd be thinking something compared to something tame, like, oh yeah, I'd go on this one scary roller coaster. Like that's not the same as like how would you fare in apocalypse?
Okay, well, for the apocalypse thing, it's more of like in my family, it's like a joke that we're way too paranoid. So so we basically trained for apocalypse. Not like absolutely trained, but we know how to handle ourselves if we were alone. Like we know how like information wise, we know how to like take care of ourselves.
This
But
is like
when-
information and like
Yeah, but-
theoretical.
Yeah, but if we were in that situation, I doubt most of us would know what to do, right? So me and Juniper Slater, well, I doubt we can handle it alone. My mom too. I'm sorry, Mom, but I think my dad would be the only one who'd be able to do.
But all of these are like theoretical, so I don't know, because like I feel like people can say that they'll do so and so and so and so, or they'll react via some way, but it's like I don't think you can really know unless you're actually in that situation.
No, because
But
my dad
at least
is actually...
I couldn't. So back to the cannibalism thing, I'd say maybe, but
Maybe.
honestly, I might look at it and be weirded out because I don't even want to eat like animal meat sometimes if I'm not in the mood.
No, yeah, that's subjective. Okay, so here's the thing. So I also have this some people sometimes I would eat something like Filipino food or something, and there'd be like chunks of meat in it. And for some reason, when it's in a kind of mixture, like stew or something, I can't eat the meat. So if you didn't know me at all and you just see me picking out the chunks of meat and eating only the vegetables, you'd think I was vegan. But in I don't understand. I could eat like a whole steak and feel nothing. I would just be like, that was a good steak, and probably order another one. Or I would like eat a pork chop and I'd be totally fine. But for some reason, if it's like cut, it's stirred with something else, or if it has excessive amount of fat, I really cannot eat it. I don't know why.
I think it's the opposite for me.
Really?
Like it's the bigger pieces of meat. Like if it's still on the bone, like if there are bones in it, like that's like the bigger pieces. The bigger it is, if it's still on the bone, it will probably freak me out more than the smaller pieces that are like in stew or a soup.
You want to eat with me? Let's go eat somewhere and we just
I know.
switch our stuff.
We trade off. like ribs or something with a bone in them. I toss them to you.
Yeah.
You give me the extra pieces in your soup, your extra meat pieces in the soup, and I take them.
Yeah. I feel like it's more of like the fat, right? So in meat, obviously there is a lot of fat in it. And if there's a squishy part, I think that goes with my texture problem, because if I feel that thing in my mouth, I will physically gag.
So I don't really mind. I kind of like the fat. The fat is tasty and juicy sometimes. It really depends. Like a whole chicken and it's like only the white meat. Okay. Is that what it's called? I don't know if it's called white meat.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So.
That's what my parents call it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's white meat.
Like the lean meat, maybe. Lean? I don't know. White meat?
But there are exceptions to it.
So it's like the thing that would bother me the most, like for you it's fats. For me it'd be the cartilage around bones. Oh
cartilage.
My god.
Oh my god. Okay, so the cartilage I don't really mind. So if it was a steak, for some reason I could eat the fat. I don't understand it. But if
fat on steak tastes good.
Fat on steak does taste good, and that's the only thing I can handle. But everything else, the cartilage I like, actually. I remember eating bone marrow as a kid.
You can't. Can you eat cartilage? Because I'm talking like let's say like fried chicken, like like a drumstick. Like sometimes at the end of the bone there'll be a piece of it that comes off, and it's cartilage.
Okay, see, so I don't eat the cartilage, but I do know that Juniper does, and she seems okay. I mean,
really, isn't it like it's but it's like a mix between mushy and crunchy, no?
No, Juniper eats. I don't. So for me, like in chicken, sometimes they're okay. So it comes out in like strips, right? And at the end of the strip, sometimes there's like a piece of it that's really jello-y. I have to take that like out physically.
Oh, yeah.
But in like with the cartilage, I can eat around it. I don't actually eat the cartilage. I don't know what I'm talking about. So
another thing that bothers me is the veins.
Oh, I just don't look. I look away.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but it's like if you're like, unless you're willing to leave like a lot of meat on the bone, you have to look to make sure that you're not wasting any food. So like, I'll be eating like a drumstick, and I'll look at it, and then there'll just be like this string of red, and I'll be like, yum.
Look. I don't look. Okay, so if
That's fair.
if it's like fried chicken, I'll eat it. And I'll just take out like, the small scraps that I just can't stomach. And if it's like, boiled chicken or something, I just won't look.
Chicken can be boiled. Of course it can.
It can, yeah. It can be boiled. What?
Soggy drumsticks. Soggy fried chicken.
Okay, so you're talking about fried chicken then, right? Because you can boil.
Not always. I don't know. Because I mean, I was like, you can boil chicken, and then I was like, I have tried. Not exactly, because when I think boiled, I think only water instead of like a soup or stew. But I guess even only water, and then you add the rest of the soup thing. Like if it's like just a little bit of water, and then you add more and more and stuff.
No. You boil with water. If you want to put it in a stew, you boil it with water. It'll be good on the inside. You chop it up, and then you put it in the stew. Or you don't have to chop it up. That's it. Yeah. You can boil chicken.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I never thought about boiling chicken, because I've only had chicken that's like...
crispy.
Yeah. And from the store, it's like a whole chicken. Is it baked? I think it might be baked. I don't know the names for this. But it's like roasted. I've only had baked chicken or crispy chicken.
Roasted.
So it's like, I've never thought about boiled chicken, but I've had I think it's beef. I don't know what kind of meat it is. It might be beef. I think it's beef. And it's like in a soup. So I'm like, of course it can be boiled. What am I talking about? It's just a different kind of meat.
I'm not sure. I can't cook. Like as you said, as everyone's been saying about me, is that I can't cook except unless it's pancakes or mac and cheese. And that's really all you need, to be honest. But I don't know. I watch cooking shows sometimes. Like I watch Worst Cooks in America, and I always send it to my mom to make fun of her when I was younger. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. But it wasn't like. It was like they took like the worst cooks, obviously. They show their credentials of what they've done to their poor families, and then they ship them off to these really good gourmet chefs, and they would teach them how to cook. And I thought it was like, oh, that's a cool thing you can do. And then I was like, okay, cooking seems easier than it is. But then I tried cooking, and I am not cooking again.
I've seen that show before.
Yeah. Like my mom, I give her a lot of flack because when we were younger, she didn't know how to cook that much things. But now I can say this with full confidence. Mommy, you are a chef. I love you.
My relation with cooking is that I get distracted.
Oh.
But I think I'm okay with seasonings. I'm also scared of the fire, so that's a bad thing.
Oh my gosh. I have this big blister because I got really burned once.
Oh my god.
You
see, like that, a fear. I'll have to I'll be like baking something in the oven, and then I'll open it, and then I'd stare at it for a little bit, and then I'd go get my mom and ask, hey, can you get it out for me?
Yeah, me too, because it just flies at you. The oils, right? It just...
Oh no, not I have not used oils. I'm
okay.
Too. I mean, you're making you put fish sticks in the oven or whatever.
Oh, you just don't want to get burned.
Yeah.
For me, I don't care about getting burned. I don't care. But when it comes to oil and it's just spitting at you, that's where I get the fear, because it just constantly gravitates towards me. I'm telling you, I don't understand. When Juniper, when they cook, it doesn't fly at them that much. But when it comes to me, every time it pops, some goes on me, okay? I don't understand.
All right.
It's a
Tip for
problem.
anybody listening: if it's an oil fire, don't throw water on it. If it's oil that's on fire, do not throw water on
You're
it.
gonna
You'll
make
blow
it
it off.
worse. You're gonna make
Cover
it
it with
worse.
a lid
Yeah, please.
and turn the fire off.
Yeah, okay, so my oven is pretty janked, right? So
What does that mean?
it's like it's messed up on the inside, right? So occasionally there would be a fire like under the
That's fun.
stovetop. What?
That's fun.
What?
That's fun.
Yeah, no, occasionally we're basically just used to it. It's just like I think the buildup of the oils, and then all of us are way too busy to be cleaning it. So I don't know, but sometimes there just be fire, and we just look at it, and we wake up Dad, and he's just like, "What happened? Oh, there's a fire again. Oh, okay." And then he goes there and just puts a lid on it, and then we wait. Sometimes it doesn't work, and then we just kind of wait more. It's like, is this gonna spread?
Adventurous.
No, we're immune.
Wow, okay. Do I have anything the equivalent of that? Something weird happens and we just kind of stare at it and wait. No, you guys are either I'm too normal or you guys are too crazy. Just fire. Just the oven's on fire again.
No.
Alright, we'll just look at it for a little bit.
No.
We'll
We
stare
don't.
it to death.
Look, my mom freaks out a little bit, but she would like.
She's normal.
Yeah, like we gotten a little too used to it. It's like it's just a little oven fire, something like sparked out. It just kind of like started, and it just wouldn't come out. You know, it wasn't like a big flame. It was just. It just wouldn't go away when you turn off the oven. So we just put a lid on it, you know, and that's that usually. But sometimes it just don't go out, and you just keep putting lid, like we just keep opening and closing, you know. I don't know.
The closest thing I have to that is when there's something at the bottom of the oven that we didn't see, and then we turn the oven on, and then it starts smoking, and all the fire alarms go off. That's the closest thing I've got.
No, it's our oven. I'm gonna be honest. So you say that you guys don't use oils that much? That could be the reason.
It's we don't put I don't use oils like to fry stuff, but that's on the stove, not the oven.
No, yeah, we're on the stove.
Oh, okay. And sometimes it just catches on fire.
Yeah.
On the stove.
On the stove.
The closest thing would be a little bit of water dripping off the side and going into the fire of the stove, but that does not set anything on fire. It just makes the fire a different color.
Oh.
I mean, sometimes my dad sets the food on fire on purpose.
That's fun, actually.
But like a fancy way.
Oh, I thought you just meant burning it for fun. I don't know.
No, like it's some what is it? I think it's called like penna vodka. I think you know that one.
Oh, penna vodka.
Yeah. So I think like the vodka sets it on fire.
You're making me crave.
Yeah, so that just goes on fire. What time is it?
Okay.
Oh, it's early.
We're gonna have to wrap it up soon.
Yeah, so it's cool. Like my dad will just like call my little brother over and be like, "Oh, bring him over here. We'll show him the fire." Speaking of my little brother, he knows so there are many things that I don't know how to do. I don't know how to hula hoop. I don't know how to skip. I don't know how to whistle. Amazing. And I also don't know how to use a lighter.
Oh.
My brother knows how to use a lighter. He's only 3.5.
That's Bri, how do you not know how to use? You just kind of do the thumb motion.
I can't do the thumb motion. I overthink it.
What?
I also tried since I was maybe that's why.
You what?
I haven't tried since I was a child.
Oh, then I mean, obviously.
Plus, I'm scared of fire. We've been over that.
Yeah, that's fair. Fire. I don't care. I'm more scared of the smoke.
Why?
Okay, look. So I'm a camper, right? So usually so I'm camping. I'm immune to the flames, right? They're hot. It's cool. I like it. But when the wind blows, it goes in your face, the smoke. So I just have this natural instinct to hate smoke so much.
I mean, smoke is annoying, but I'm not bothered by it. Like, I mean, I'll be bothered by it, and then I'll like stop breathing for a little bit until I gotta breathe. Then I'll just breathe and suffer.
No.
For the fire.
No. In camping, when there's smoke, it goes in your face, hurts your eyes, hurts your throat. It hurts basically everything on you. And I hate it. I hate smoke. I like fire. It doesn't do anything to me if I don't get too close. But the smoke follows me for no reason. And it wakes me up in the middle of the night. So there's that.
Terrible for you.
I remember there was a fire around my house somewhere. It wasn't fun. No, it wasn't a fire. It was like a carbon monoxide alarm, and everyone had to evacuate.
I remember one time in one of my older houses, the carbon monoxide alarm, I think that's what it was, went off. I was too young to really remember it. Well, I wasn't that young. This is like the same age when I was thinking about the trampoline. And an alarm went off, and I think they said it was carbon monoxide, but we stayed inside the house, and I think we just like opened the windows and looked around a little bit.
I don't know if that's carbon monoxide then, because you would be dead.
I don't know. I think it was like a small.
Oh, small? Okay. Well, it was
like the middle of the night, so I don't think it was the fire alarm. Maybe it was the No, I don't think it was the batteries, because it went on for.
No, it was definitely. Carbon monoxide.
It sounded like a fire alarm, but there was no fire because it was like the middle of the night.
Then it's carbon monoxide.
Yeah, and I think we just opened the window.
Okay, I don't know what to say to that, honestly.
I could be remembering it wrong. It could be a fever dream. Carbon monoxide is dangerous. I know that.
Yeah, that's why I'm super confused. Like, are you okay? Did you inhale any?
I am a little damaged. Maybe that's why.
That's fine. You want to do the outro?
Oh, I don't remember the outro.
Oh my gosh.
I told you, it's been 30 years in another dimension.
I'll give you a second to look.
You want me to find it? Okay, I'll find it. I can find it.
It's in the group. It should just be in there.
I'm looking. Okay, I see it.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, so does that mean we're done talking? Anyway, yeah, everyone, final notes. Oil fire, don't put water on it, cover it. Carbon monoxide is dangerous. Waffles equal stop signs. So now go radiate your favorite Hot Pockets and boil some tea. Good night.